Willkommen, or welcome, to Germany, home to well-known figures such as Albert Einstein, Johannes Gutenberg, and economist Friedrich List.
Starting in the 1900s, Germany had the largest economy in Europe, which played a huge role in World War I and World War II. After World War I ended in 1918, Germany was forced to participate in the Treaty of Versailles, where they lost colonies and land to neighbors. In the 1940s, Hitler supported Germany with high government subsidies to the sectors that tended to give Germany military power and economic autarky. After World War II in the 1950s and 60s, the Marshall Plan was implemented by the United States to help rebuild the German economy. In 2008, the tertiary sector within Germany, which includes mostly services, accounted for 69% of GDP and employed 67.5% of the German workforce. The secondary sector, involving industry and construction, constituted 29% of the annual GDP and employed 29.7% of the workforce. Specifically, Germany excels in the production of automobiles, machinery, electrical equipment, and chemicals. After manufacturing 5.2 million vehicles in 2009, Germany was officially the fourth largest producer and the largest exporter of automobiles. The primary sector for Germany mostly involves agriculture, mining, and forestry, but only made up 0.9% of their GDP and employed only 2.4% of their population in 2010. Agriculture is extremely productive, and Germany is able to cover 90% of its nutritional needs with domestic production. Since 2000, Germany has come up with a few key integration and migration reforms, looking to attract people to their country by making it an easier and simpler process. The citizenship law came up with the ius soli principle, granting birthright citizenship when children are born in Germany to foreign parents. The green card reform in February 2000 granted 20,000 visas to IT specialists, which demonstrated the importance of information systems and technology for Germany. The Law of Labor in October 2007 made it easier for workers looking to come to Germany from the EU to emigrate from their respective country. According to Professor and Dr. Rita Sussmuth, Germany right now is a country of poorly managed immigration, even though 20% of Germany's population is of immigrant origin. By improving the migration policies surrounding Germany, the country as a whole would benefit. In doing something similar to the Green Card reform in 2000 that granted visas to IT specialists, the country could attract other technological savvy workers. According to this graph, Germany is in dire need of a younger population. In class, we talked about Japan's population pyramid that looks a lot like this one, and their need for younger workers to be able to pay and take care of the age group between 50 to 60 now, when they are older. Based on this graph, it would be extremely helpful for Germany to try and attract more teenage workers to their country. Following are a few situations and challenges that Germany needs to address in the near future. Number one, they need policy responses surrounding social divisions regarding economic disparities, education, and ethnicity because they are harmful to the economy and immigrants are more likely to experience these problems, which lowers high-skilled immigration to Germany. Equal rights and naturalization are perceived as becoming increasingly harder to obtain for immigrants. Thus, this hurts the economy because less people will migrate to Germany.
Germany is one of only three economies that do over $1 trillion worth of exports a year, the other two being the United States and China. Germany has actually expanded its manufacturing sector, selling capital equipment, high-end machinery, and automobiles. A large portion of the flow of goods between Germany and its eastern neighbors is within a given firm or industry, intra-industry trade. By 2000, then, Germany was the single largest foreign investor in Hungary, Poland, the Czech Republic, and Slovakia. And crucially, German investment was a key factor driving the growth of German trade in the region. Germany has reaped the largest rewards from using FDI to build intra-firm supply networks above all in the chemical, machinery, electrical equipment, and automotive sectors.
Every year, more and more companies discover Germany as a secure and rewarding investment location. In the last 10 years, Germany's FDI stocks nearly doubled to reach an amount of more than 550 billion euros in 2012. Around 55,000 foreign companies are already operating in Germany, employing almost 3 million people. Germany ranks 7th in the world as a recipient of foreign direct investment, according to the UN Conference on Trade and Development. Asian countries have increased their FDI stocks in Germany in recent years. Germany is the world's largest recipient of new Chinese FDI projects. Germany's industrialized economy, the largest in Europe, is well integrated into the global marketplace and generates average per capita incomes that are among the highest in the world. Germany has one of the lowest unemployment rates in Europe.
With Germany united, the government expects to trade with Eastern Europe to increase well over the levels West Germany had enjoyed and ultimately to exceed the level of separate East German and West German trade with Eastern Europe before unification. Investment goods produced by West German industry were the most successful export items and contributed most heavily to the country's large trade surplus. Although West Germany was competitive across a wide range of goods, the country imported more agricultural and processed food products than it exported. There are small reserves of oil and natural gas in northern Germany. Oil is Germany's principal source of energy. As domestic production is quite limited, most crude oil is imported. Other minerals found in abundance are salt and potash.
Some of the major traded products in Germany include machinery, vehicles excluding trains and streetcars, and electronic equipment. Following that is pharmaceutical products, plastics, and optical, technical, and medical apparatus, as you can see on the chart. Foreign direct investment is very important to Germany's economy. The most important countries as sources for new investment projects are the US, which account for 24% of all investment projects, followed by Switzerland, which accounts for 8%, and the UK, which is also 8%. The information technology and software industry and business and financial services are leading sectors in attracting new products for foreign direct investment in Germany. The automotive, industrial machinery and equipment, and consumer goods and chemical industries are likewise attractive foreign investment sectors. Although foreign direct investments remain an important part of Germany's economy, economic reforms have remained stalled in the past few years because of an almost exclusive focus on rescuing the euro. Property owned by foreigners is fully protected under German law, and secured interests in property are recognized and enforced. Although government transparency is high and anti-corruption measures are enforced effectively, the construction and health sectors and public contracting represent areas of continued concern, particularly in conjunction with questionable political party influence and party donations. EU members have a low 1.1% average tariff rate and in general few non-tariff barriers to trade. Investment in a few sectors of the economy may be subject to government screening, but the government generally does not discriminate against foreign investment. The competitive financial sector remains largely stable, offering a full range of services.
The euro is the official currency of Germany, who is a member of the European Union. The euro area refers to a currency union among the European Union member states that have adopted the euro as their official currency. According to the euro exchange rate, which compares the euro to the US dollar, states that the euro decreased to 1.37 in May, from 1.39 in April of 2014. Germany has averaged 1.36 euro to the dollar from 1957 until 2014, attaining an all-time high of 1.87 in July of 1973 and a record low of 0.7 in February of 1985. Germany uses a floating exchange rate policy. This means that Germany's exchange rate system is set by the foreign exchange market through the analysis of supply and demand for the euro relative to other currencies such as the American dollar. Financial flows can be defined as the extent to which countries are linked through cross-border financial holdings. One way to understand the degree to which a particular country is tied to financial flows is to look at the sum of the country's gross external assets and liabilities relative to GDP. For almost all countries around the world, this figure has increased dramatically over the past 2 decades. Financial flows in Germany decreased to almost negative 39 billion euros in March of 2014 from about negative 26 billion in February of 2014. Financial flows in Germany averaged negative 4 billion from 1971 until 2014. Many German citizens during the time of the European economic crisis did not want to be a part of the European Union anymore because they thought their economy would be better off if they reverted back to the Deutschmark. However, studies showed that German economic growth, as well as the German labor market, both benefit by a large degree if they stick with the euro. Germany has a bright future ahead of it with its robust financial activity and effective economic policy. Germany will continue to be a world leader in political and economic growth for decades to come.